What is the definition of yoga?
Oneness.
Oneness is the result.
The result.
That's the result, outcome of if you become a yogi, then oneness can be, realized.
Science of the soul.
Eh?
Science of the soul.
Science,
Of the soul.
no, yoga, because yoga starts from the, what's the first, aphorism of Yoga Darshana? First aphorism of Yoga Darshana?
Yes, Sudha. Yoga Chitta,
To connect.
Vritti, Nirodha.
Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Yoga, Chitta Vritti Nirodha. What is Chitta? You know? Chitta is mind. What is Nirodha then? Actually, Nirodha means, consciousness is all pervasive and perfect. But because of Chitta, it is behaving like Chitta, acting like Chitta. It has loosened, lost his actual glamour and qualities, That is yoga.
Say it again, the last thing.
Actual glamour, actual power, because it should behave like a perfect being, but it is not behaving as a perfect consciousness. So, it behaves like man. It behaves like the mind of a man, not like the man of a perfect God, perfect human being. This transformation which becomes because of the media, that is called yoga. You see, electricity is there, if you touch the wires, what happens? You die or not, or you will remain. But this light is touching all the time. There is no fact. So what has been lost in between through the media? The power of electricity is not there. It doesn't, gives current to our bodies, when it is touching the body, or it is giving. This change is, this shows that all pervasive consciousness, sea of consciousness, universal consciousness is looking like an ordinary man, ordinary being, without any power, without knowledge, without perfection, without all-pervasiveness, without, love which is there in consciousness when you reach there. That is missing in everybody.
How did you do that?
So what is there missing, Actual quality of consciousness is not, doing the things which it can do, We behave like ordinary beings, But when we become yogi, what happens? We are the master of the mind. We are not the slave of the mind. Master of the mind can, stop the movement of the mind, either by just meditation or by watching the movement of the mind and becoming detached. And attached to what? Consciousness. If you are attached to consciousness, then you become what? That's the beginning of yogi. That's the first step to yogi, becoming a yogi. Consciousness is somewhere inside, because it is behaving through instruments, eyes, mind is there, intellect is there, then chitta is there. These four covering are in between. And when a light comes to the cover, what happens? Quality is lost, glamour is lost, glow is lost. If we put some covers over this light, the glow of that light will be like that. No, in the same way, we have lost the luster which consciousness, a realization of consciousness will give. It's not with us. Followed or not? You can ask any number of questions if you are not clear. Because you are standing, where you are standing, that's another plane. Where I am, I've got a different plane. I am telling it from my plane. From your plane, if you show me, tell me, I can give you another definition then. You know what is the definition of mind? You know the definition of mind? What is mind?
Emotions and thoughts.
Minds, it's just planning. This can be possible way out, this can be the other way out. All possibilities are in the planning of mind only. Its field is outside, but its home is inside. It works outside, home is inside. When it works outside, it reacts, it struggles. It's not a cooperative entity. It objects to every action of other and sometimes to yours when you are little cautious, You understand mind or not? Because you are going to control the, changes which are coming in the mind because of the limited sphere of mind, intellect, chitta and ego. No question. This shows you are understanding me. You are following me.
Is mind always movement?
Oh yes, you move it. Movement is from your knowledge. The sphere in which you don't have any knowledge, you don't look towards that. Like this computer has come now, When computer was not there, you were thinking about computer. So, movement of the mind depends upon your personal knowledge, information which is there in the mind. Clear or not?
In your mind, yeah.
In your mind, personal mind,
Your own frame of reference.
And you have trained the mind to move. Mind doesn't like to move. As you want to rest all. Usually if you can get everything at your home, you wouldn't move at all. Will you? In the same way, mind moves. Why? Your knowledge compel you. Compel your mind to move and search the fields from where you can get your facilities.
But do you also need the mind? Do we need the mind also
Need?
for
If we need a mind.
Mind is there. We need it. Why?
Need it or not?
If you want to use the outer word, forms of the word, necessities of your life, sometimes you use it. Using it not harmful. Using with attachment, using with value is harmful. You impose, you give your own value to everything. Everybody likes one thing. No. If they like one thing, their opinion will be different for that one thing also. They are not of the same opinion. And this opinion gives values to the thing. Understand or not? No. Something is beautiful. So I will ask, why it is beautiful? What will be the answer then?
I still don't understand.
Something is beautiful, a beautiful idol, a beautiful boy, a beautiful girl. What will you give the criteria that you like it? Why you like that girl or a baby?
Waarom hou je van iets?
Wat is het op mij?
Waarom hou je van iets? Waarom hou je van mooie bloemen? Why do you like flowers, beautiful flowers? Because they are beautiful. What makes it beautiful?
Color plus form and the delicacy that is there. Or not? But all flowers you don't like. Everybody like one flower only. No. Some can like tulip, some can like rose, others, what that difference is from? Why their likeness is different? What's the cause?
Pleases you because it pleases you and you're attached to that feeling.
This shows, previous attraction for those things which you have created a norm in your mind, standard of judging something in your mind, and from that you judge it or not. Your imposed criteria on the mind. Mind doesn't have those criteria. What do? You put a chip of your criteria in your mind, in every sphere. In every field.
So you say that things are not beautiful of its own, but we are attached.
They are beautiful, but
Because
your beautifulness is different. Your criteria of judging them is different.
We make it beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
As when you start tasting a food, what you search, the old taste or the new taste? Food is before you. You have a morsel in the mouth. Oh, it's tasty. What's the taste there? Why you say tasty?
Because I had it before.
This shows, before taste, the norm of the memory of the taste is there in you, not in the food. The same food, when you are filled to the stomach, it's not
When
needed
you are
now.
completely
The
full,
taste,
you don't like the same food.
same food is not tasteful like that. When the taste which is in the first morsel, that is missing in the last one, or not. So norms are established by each and every personality, and they are old ones also, not new one. The first food which you tasted, at what age you have tasted, and at what age you fixed the norm there in the mind, can you remember? One more thing, is that intellect with you, which grafted the memory of that, tasty thing in your mind? New intellect is there, but still you are remembering the old. This is, what this is doing. This is holding you. If you don't leave the old memories, how can new come? If old tests are all right, how can new tests come in your mind? Will they come? If this cloth is all right, you are not going to change it, The day it is out of fashion, or you dislike it, new can come. Then you can eschew it, In the same way, old things, when they become, old norms, when they look that they are not right, then you leave it, You hold to the right. And everybody's right is different. Or not? The same way, this mind has, this is guided by the intellect, which is filled with all norms which are old ones. Because of that, you really think, this is more tasty, I like this. As you new foods, pizza you taste, You don't like the pizza of every shop. Oh no, this shop has got more tasty pizza, or not. You select some shop there or not. Why? Since the criteria is there somewhere inside, which is judging that.
So how can we remove the obstacles of our...
Oh, then what thing, First you have to learn how to disconnect mind from the outer world, Disconnecting mind is the first process.
But you have to use your senses then. Before you can disclose your mind or disconnect your mind, you have to be able to
Understand.
use your senses or understand
Yes.
your senses.
Yes, not obstructing, redirecting, channelizing.
Yeah.
It's like a farmer, who is having fields, What they do? They have a flow of water. They only block the flow of the water and then open other, gutter so that it can flow, In the same way, we have not to fight with the mind. We have to channelize the mind by making it busy. If you fight, it is very, very strong. You will be defeated all the time. Because you have to become so subtle like mind and quick like mind, which you can't become yet, So, what do you have to do? You have to make the mind busy instead of making the mind you busy.
You're tricking your own mind.
Not tricking, playing with the mind. It's not tricky, It's your instrument, your mind, not anybody's mind. You can trick with others' mind, but not with your mind, That is deceiving yourself,
It sounds like the mind is the enemy or something like that.
If it is, not under control, it is enemy, Gita says like that, Mind which is not within your field, within your power, it is your enemy. And mind which is within your orders, commands, is friend of you.
But it's very difficult to keep the mind busy.
Oh no, when it can keep you busy, or mind which is, not a, living instrument. It's a inanimate instrument, but it is keeping you busy. Why? Because of your thinking. So you have to transform your thinking by making it busy. That's the simple and the easiest solution,
And how? Big question. Next question.
Yes.
Like lemon.
That's coming. What we have to do, Actually, when we meditate, we can lose the control of the mind. Usually in meditation also. Why? You are repeating mantra and mind is roaming everywhere. Or not? You are not there where the mind is. You can control a guided thing where you are. You can work with the computer only when you are on your seat. Or from the outer world or from away, from other city or other place you can work. In the same way what you are doing. You meditate but let the mind go. You are not seeing the mind there. Or you are. So what thing? You have not to see the mind, but you have to make the mind busy. That's the one solution. By either repeating mantra or doing pranayama.
But even because even repeating the mantra, sometimes it seems like there's still, because I can keep on doing that, and then still there's a thought, and then there's a thought. And then
That's why,
at the same time,
what's happening, actually, you are not making the mind busy yet.
no.
You are working from a lower level. The mind is a little more subtler than you. You have to reach that point and make the mind busy, then it can be all right, Actually, when either at home, when you are cooking, mind is moving or it is with you. When you cook, you know cooking or not?
Yeah.
When you cook, mind is with you or it is somewhere else?
Yeah, I try to keep my mind up because otherwise the cooking doesn't.
In the same way, you also, what you have to be. You have to be cautious, Make the mind busy so that it may not lead you astray. Because mind is yours, not somebody else, Your mind, not anybody else. You must be the master, the watcher, the seer of your mind, You start seeing, even then it will stop, Because it is yours. Like your children, you have children, If you are busy, children can go out. But if you are watching them, then they will, invent new ways of going away from you. Mother, I have to go there, or that some excuse might be there with them, Oh no, mother, I want to go there. Otherwise, if you are not watching, it will go away without, telling you anything. In the same way, when you are not busy, keeping the mind busy and watching the mind, it can then again deceive you.
So it's good to do the mantra all day.
Yes, be cautious, Yes. Repetition of mantra must not be mechanical. It will be, should be with mind, Because mind needs rest, as body needs rest or not. How many hours you can move? How many days you can move? How many hours, how many days you can move? There's a limit to the movement. Your movement working. How many days you can move? You need rest or not? Your body needs rest or not? What about the mind? Mind which has started from the birth, from infancy it is working. Does that mind not need rest? It needs rest. But you have not, learned the way of giving rest to the mind, The way is to make that mind busy first. Busy is to disconnect it from outer world first,
So if you do the mantra without really doing it, it's only going
Yes, that's
repeatedly, it
because
doesn't
it's
do
not
it.
affecting the mind.
But then it's not
What mantra means, the meaning of mantra means, what? All the results of the actions and reactions which give pain to the mind, mantra scare you, shield you from them. If it is there in your mind, you need that or not? For this modern age, all tensions can be, relieved by that mantra only. Fan when is moving, if you throw something, what happens, It comes back. Why not? Why? Fan is moving. If mantra is moving here, anything can go in? No, it will come back. Follow me or not?
But how can you get the mind fully there?
Make it busy.
Make
That's
it
all.
easy.
Make the mind busy. Let the mind repeat something, And in repetition, what you have to do? Do the things mentally. That's why in Indian scripture it is written, If you repeat it with, voice 1,000 times, but if you do it mentally once, equal result is attained, One time mentally and 1,000 times loudly.
Sorry, waarom kun je even vertalen?
Als je het 1 keertje mentaal doet, staat gelijk aan 1000 keer hardop zeggen.
So this much result is there, only once. Once with love, you are caught. Your mind is caught then. It's protected then. Because it comes in the domain of the Almighty. Now you are in the domain of nature. Nature is pricking you, pinching you all the time. Because of the results, you have done something and you have created some state of mind which is very sensitive and is reacting to what is being done or what you have done. Pranayam also helps you, But what you have to do? The resonance, the sound of pranayam is repeating mantra. If that is there, it helps them.
Sorry, what did you say?
Some sound is there, outside. That sound is uttering what? My mantra. Your mantra.
It's continu.
Yes. You can give auto-suggestion to your mind. My mantra is echoing there. I am not repeating it. That is doing it. Usually you can get tired by repeating mantra. Then you can have the help of these surrounding sounds to concentrate your mind. They will help you.
Helder? Nee? Wat hij bedoelt is dat eigenlijk op het moment dat je het vermoeiend vindt om die mantra te herhalen, kun je alle geluiden die je om je heen hoort als zijnde de mantra ook gaan herkennen of pakken. Waardoor eigenlijk het geluid om je heen jou helpt in het mantra, in je mantra herhalen. Dus nu het geluid van die motor, ja, dat je dat als jouw mantra geluid gaat pakken. Zo van, dan stoort dus geen geluid meer om je heen. Maar het helpt je.
This is a very continuous sound. It's keeping the same like a mantra. But when a dog barks or a
Doesn't
car
matter. Sometimes what happens, you can speak loudly also, you can speak, in undertone also. Any devil can be there, but it will help you. Why? What you will be, focusing your attention on that sound at least, and then on mantra, whether it is being resounded or not. I am just imagining, or the sound is there or not, in it or not. If you, calculate that by thinking, your mind will stop,
Elk geluid helpt je, omdat je niks verwacht. Je bent niks op het focussen. Dus elk geluid is een onderdeel wat jou helpt in je focus van je mantra.
Actually, what? A saint in India gave a very, very simple solution to concentration of mind. We call it Kabir Das, a saint Indian, Kabira. What he said, close your eyes and open the inner doors. Close your outer doors and open the inner doors. If you close the outer doors and start seeing inside, then you can see where the door is and then you can open it, So you have to remain inside. That means what awareness is needed, in meditation also. Usually we are lost. Awareness is not there in meditation also. In repetition of mantra also. You have to be there where the mantra is. And then when you are there, a day will come there, these eyes can see inside. When they start seeing inside, then your, yoga starts, not before that.
Well, not in the first days, Swamiji.
Don't worry, I'm telling them to go in. What they are doing, that's all right. They are preparing foundation for that. If the foundation is strong, a better building, a stronger building can be built on that or not. In the same way, if foundation is strong, your everything will be, giving you better results in the due course of time,
But are you saying if you repeat the mantra mentally,
yes,
you have to really become the mantra?
Yes,
Exactly.
that's there. When you study, what happens? When you study, first you become letters, or not. Then you can read letters. And afterwards, the connection, the sentence of letter gives you the meaning. In the same way, when you become words in reading, you can become sound in repeating also. Sound waves can be felt. Because when you speak, they go out. When you speak in, they will go in. Where they are going, from where they are starting and where they are going, where is the culmination of their sound, Because sound will, and where from it originates. Followed or not? Any question? That's why I said, any amount of questions, till you ask, something is stamped which is right on your memory according to you, not according to me.
I have a question because
Yes.
you say you use your mantra to keep the mind busy.
Yes.
But you can also concentrate on the breath.
The thing is,
or is that not
that's better, Everything is alright. But you have to be, concentration on breathing means you have to become breath one day. Have you become? Up to now you have been doing that. You have to become breath like subtle first. Then you can guide the sound waves. And when you get the sound waves, where the sound waves are going, it is going into the space, into the ether. Then you can go into the ether of the mind, in the space of the mind. Later on you will go to the space of intellect then. By ascending in, in an order you have to go in. It's a very scientific way, but you have to become something, different from the present state of mind. Disconnect your mind somehow. Whichever way you like, because your preference counts, I can give another simple way also. You can write your mantra on inside the forehead. Try that also. Write, not physically, mentally. Write mantra on your forehead. As long as you will be writing, you will be disconnected or not. And you will be staying in the mind also. And you will be watching whether the mantra is being written or not. Many things will be done at a time, Because keeping alert, keeping consciousness in meditation is also needed, You must be alert. Some new step is coming and you are not aware. How to move there? You will stay there if you are not conscious what's happening inside. You are not seeing the next step. You are not watching what is happening inside. So by keeping inside, you can disconnect the movements of mind, because you can watch the movement of mind there also. A day will come, you will know what are the constituents of the mind, what are the causes which are making this mind run away from me. When the causes are known, symptoms are known, then what treatment is there? Or not? Come on. You are not coming, Then I can be, I can misunderstood that you are not understanding me,
Is het te volgen? Ja. Maar dan moet je dat aangeven, want dan kan ik een korte vertaalslag steeds maken.
Ik kom niet echt binnen.
Kom niet echt binnen?
Nee. Ik kan niet echt binnen.
Give questions there.
Ik moet er heel erg aan werken. Ja.
Oké, nee, maar geef het ook aan, want ik kan af en toe gewoon even een korte samenvatting geven.
Ja,
hoe is het met anderen? Hè?
Het laatste mag wel.
Het laatste.
Ja.
Met de pranayama, met de geluiden.
Ja.
Waar die eigenlijk zei van, die vraag van jou, was dat helder voor jou?
Nee.
Nee,
Had
dacht
ik
ik.
niet gezegd.
Ja.
Ja.
Nee, had je gelijk niet gezegd, want dan
Ja.
kan ik een vertaalslag steeds
Ja,
maken.
ik probeerde het...
Wat hij aangeeft is van, je kunt op je ademhaling gaan letten, dat doe je steeds, maar dan moet je de ademhaling worden.
Ja.
Dan moet je de ademhaling zijn. En hij zegt, en dat is op een veel subtieler niveau. Dus het is die combinatie die ik vaak geef met de oom en met de ademhaling, is dat je uiteindelijk die oom steeds moet vastpakken. Wil je puur focussen op de ademhaling, dan moet dat het subtiele niveau bereiken, waarbij je de ademhaling wordt. En dan kun je het uitleiden, ben je grenzeloos. En dat is het stukje waar je dan dus die ademhaling wordt. Maar dat is weer steeds dat focus. En die focus, en dat is wat hij net ook zegt van, een trucje is dat, om zeg maar die mantra zo op je voorhoofd te schrijven letterlijk.
Ja, die begrijp ik wel.
Maar die begrijpen we wel. Ja, maar dat is waar uiteindelijk wat hij constant zegt van, als we de mind proberen los te koppelen, de mind proberen te controleren, te beheersen, betekent dat we daar controle over moeten gaan krijgen.
Ja. Dat stuk
En om dat te
If you can make your mind busy, it becomes cooperative. If you don't keep it busy, it struggles with you. What you need, your cooperation of the mind or the struggle of the mind? What you prefer? So cooperation is inside and struggle is outside. So to get the cooperation of mind, keep the mind busy. We can resound Om also in a long tone, and search from where that sound is being produced, from where it is originating and where it is ending. That can also help you. Different ways, sometimes when fed up the one way, you can change the other way also.
What can you change?
And change the ways.
Ways, repeating mantra, writing mantra.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
As long as you're keeping
Yes.
the mind busy.
Mind busy. And don't open the eyes when you do it. That is needed, That's why the saint has said, close the doors and open the inner doors.
I'm always very curious how persons like you have done this to conquer the mind and.
We meet the mind busy only, that's all. We know
Oh,
that's all.
no problem.
No, not at all,
Why don't you try it for a year and see what happens?
No.
Then you will differently say.
I'm trying very hard.
Now try to write here.
Yeah, I will.
Different ways, yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
We were talking earlier about cooking a meal
Yeah.
and that the mind is going everywhere.
Yeah.
But for me it's not clear if I have to do the cooking with attention or do I have to repeat my mantra if I'm cooking?
Both can be done together.
Whichever suits you.
You all know driving or not?
I'm not what?
You all know driving, how to drive a car or a
Yes,
scooter. You
yes.
know or not,
Yeah.
When you drive, you think or not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Both are done or not.
Yeah.
In the same way,
Okay.
everything can be done.
Yeah.
Only 1/10 of the mind is busy, 9/10 is vacant to be made busy.
But sometimes when I drive my car, I'm repeating mantra, and I'm not very looking out for things. I have to really be careful about them.
Oh yes, then why when you are driving, then you have to be, on the road also.
So no mantra.
Mantra also.
Repeating mantra and driving a car.
If you can stop thinking while driving, then you can stop mantra also. You can stop thinking while driving? No, you are thinking always. Then why? Then you can repeat mantra also. It can give you positive thinking, positive energy.
But I go with my energy or something to the mantra, and then suddenly I'm like, oh, I'm driving. So
You forget
I'm
where
doing
you are.
something wrong, I think.
The thing is,
Accidentals.
and you have to be aware, because what is happening? The consciousness which is there in repeating mantra, that is missing in you somewhere.
Okay.
That you are not repeating, your mind is not repeating. Consciousness in the mind and consciousness in the intellect or in the individuality, that is repeating, You have to see that. And that is always aware.
Ja,
Wat? De laatste zin.
ja.
Het bewustzijn in je mind, bewustzijn in je intellect, dat is wat de mantra herhaalt. Dat betekent niet het speculatieve wat we in de mind hebben, niet de feitenkennis die we in het intellect hebben. Nee, het bewustzijn wat erin zit, dat is wat de mantra herhaalt, waardoor je gewoon heel alert kunt zijn met het autorijden.
Same way as eyes doesn't see, ear doesn't hear. Those who have ears, they don't hear. Some of the person, some have eyes but they can't see. That means something is there in the eyes which is looking. Something is there in the ear which is hearing. Something is there in the tongue which is uttering. Something different is there in the mind which is thinking. We have to make that, entity, that power busy.
Swamiji, when you listen to music,
Yeah.
sometimes when you stop listening to the music, you still hear it over and over, the same song again and again.
It's like that,
If you use a mantra for music, and
Yes,
like the Gayatri mantra, and you listen to it a long, long time, and then when you turn the music off, you still hear it.
Hearing is different thing, but reaching where it is being heard, we have to reach that entity, we have to trace that entity which is hearing. It is behind the ear, there also, but you have to be there. You have to be present. That presence is needed, We say in general language, presence of mind is not there in him, or not in her, or not. that is lost somewhere. Awareness is not with you. If with mantra that awareness can be, grasped, you can be one with that awareness always. Following or not? You are silent, not speaking. No question. That means you are understanding everything. This shows you know that.
By keeping the mind busy, it's also silencing the mind. Because if you're not keeping it busy, you get lost, think about this, think about that. But is it like if you
actually
keeping it busy by the mantra, you make it
actually
quiet?
It's like that, Car is driven by you or car runs itself. You drive the car.
Rij je de auto of doet de auto het zelf?
You drive the car or not? The driver is if aware. Can car lose the track or lose the power to move?
Kan de wagen de spoor bijster worden?
Nee.
You are the driver of the mind. If you are cautious, power will increase because you are storing the energy. You are conserving the energy.
Dus jij kunt de auto, als jij de auto kunt besturen, de auto kan niet linksaf gaan of rechtsaf gaan als jij dat niet wil.
Ja.
Dus we moeten leren autorijden. Dat is hetzelfde met de mind. Als jij leert om die mind te sturen, dan zal die met je meegaan.
That means you are giving rest to the mind. As giving rest to the body gives you everyday fresh energy or not? Or you are losing your energy? In the same way, rest of the mind will, renew the energy of mind. A fresh and more, powerful energy will be there.
Nu zitten we in botsautootjes en we hebben geen controle over de botsautootjes. En als je daarin blijft zitten, dan heb je constant deuken en ga je. Terwijl als we de controle gaan krijgen en we gaan overstappen op een auto die we gaan besturen, moeten we dat leren, dat kost tijd. En als je in India zit, dan moet je goed opletten om goed te sturen en om veilig aan te komen. Het vraagt constant focus, 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 focus. En wat het stukje is wat Swamiji zei net van, loskomen van het bewustzijn. Dat betekende eigenlijk dat we het bewustzijn op dit moment nog gefocust op de buitenwereld. Dus als we dat bewustzijn loslaten, betekent dat we niks met die buitenwereld hoeven. Verwachten, wat dan ook. En dan heb je rust om zeg maar dat naar binnen te keren. De deur te sluiten. Maar eigenlijk waar het voor mij heel sterk op neerkomt van, als wij de mind niet als vriend gaan maken, blijven we dolen. Dus we moeten achter het stuur gaan zitten, we moeten gaan leren rijden. Alleen, dat doe je niet alleen op zondagmiddag tussen 2 en 3.
Maar die focus blijft je houden.
Constant, focus is there. Constant.
Ook als je naar binnen.
Yeah?
Inside.
Focus is there if you go inside.
Even see, when you start focusing outside, what happens? Mind is not dull and it increases, concentration increases, working capacity increases. But here you are using the energy inside, you will preserve the energy. And still using it somewhere to focus it, and not. Mind is focusing the mind, we can say, or not.
Yeah.
When you are focusing,
Yeah.
your mind is focusing the mind then.